What does fear feel like to you? Maybe it's butterflies fluttering in your stomach, or it might seem like cold fingers creeping up your spine. Fear can feel like a lump in your throat that makes it hard to swallow. Or it might chase thoughts round and round inside your head, refusing to stop. Enough! When you face something hard, fear can show up in 100 different ways. It can threaten to stop you in your tracks. But you don't have to let fear be the boss of you. When fear shouts, "You can't do it!" stop. Take a deep breath. Listen for that still, quiet voice of God. God says, "Be strong and brave. Do not be afraid. Do not lose hope. I am the Lord your God. I will be with you everywhere you go." When you know that God is with you, you can keep going. You can walk straight through those fears. And when others see you choose to be brave, even when you're afraid, they can see God at work in your life. That's why courage is an amazing way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud, it's all about living loud.
You make the darkness run and hide, you bring the broken back to life. Only you can, only you can. You set me free from every chain. You fill my heart with songs of praise. Only you can, only you can. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling out your name. You left the glory of your throne to bring this runaway back home. Only you can, only you can. You give me love, you give me life, you keep me dancing through the night. Only you can, only you can. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling out your name. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. You move me, your freedom is consuming. I feel you rushing through me. I'll never be the same. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling out your name. Ooh, every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling out your name.
When I wake up, I know that you are with me every step of the way. You're strong enough to handle any fear that I face. Even things that scare me, 'cause they seem too big. Even all the hard things that make me wanna quit. You're bigger than it all, and you're in charge of it. when I look at how great you are. Your kindness helps me believe that you are good, that you are good, and with you I can do anything. Even things that scare me, cause they seem too big. Even all the hard things that make me wanna quit. You're bigger than it all, and you're in charge of it. And I don't feel so worried when I look to you, Jesus. Your love is unforgettable. Your strength is undeniable. With you, nothing is impossible. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. Your love is unforgettable. Your strength is undeniable. With you, nothing is impossible. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave. You are the reason, you are the reason I'm brave.
You're my calm in the chaos, my peace in the war. You speak light into darkness. You tell me I'm yours. Only you, Jesus, are in control. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need, you're all I need. You speak life, sing your love over me. You're all I need, you're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need, you're all I need. The love of a father, the strength of a king, the blood of a savior. You're my everything. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need, you're all I need. You speak life, sing your love over me. You're all I need, you're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need, you're all I need. Only you, Jesus, are in control. Take my brokenness and make me whole. Only you, Jesus, are in control. Take my brokenness and make me whole. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need, you're all I need. You speak life, sing your love over me. You're all I need, you're all I need. Caught up in your captivating, never failing love. You are my every heartbeat, every breath that I breathe. You're all I need, you're all I need.
Good afternoon and welcome to the First Kids Worship. Today I'm going to go on a nature walk for my science project, and I'll search for ugly things like bugs and birds and squirrels. Come on, we got no time to waste. The project is due next Tuesday. Very peculiar. There appears to be footprints here. Very peculiar. Invisible object. Oh. I can't do this. There's a big, mean, ugly spider. And I'm afraid of spiders. And I don't want to do this project. But then I'll fail the class. And I won't be able to go to college. And I'll be a very homeless man. What am I gonna do? Roll clip.
Hello? Are you serious? I'll be right there.
And now, let's make sure we get some happy, content little mountains. That's the phone. Hello? Yes, I'll be there in a jiffy.
Pickles! Oh.
Greg Lowe? Yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah. Oh. All right. I'll be there. Off I go. Hey. Hey. Do. All right. So what are we doing here? Gentlemen, thank you for attending this meeting of the John Vengers Initiative. We have something very important to discuss. Where are we going to go to lunch? Oh, that's not the foods? That's menus? Greg!
Yeah.
Very important.
I love salmonella.
What do you want, Smiley?
Hello everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Steven.
And you're watching the show.
Bee! There's a bee.
What? What? Where?
There's a bee.
No. Where are you going?
Everyone
No, guys,
run!
get back here. Get back. No,
Everyone run!
Steven, get back here. Okay. So, obviously we have a bee.
We gotta go!
In the studio.
There's a bee.
Wait, will you just please calm down?
Yeah.
Calm down, Steven. Okay. Hey, everyone. Sorry about that. The whole crew just left, so we're alone, but we've got a show to do. So where were we?
Intros.
Okay, that's right. This is the So-and-So Show, and today, well, appropriately, we're talking about courage.
Wait!
Which,
Do you hear that?
I don't hear anything.
It's buzzing. I'm sure it's just... Ah! Please don't sting me! I'm too fragile to deal with physical pain! I can't do it, John. I can't do the show, okay? We gotta go!
We have to keep going forward, Steven, okay? Listen, bees are a very important part of the ecosystem. There are a lot of bees out there, Steven, that won't sting you at all. I assure you, Steven, the bee is more afraid of you than you are of it.
What happened?
Oh no,
Did it get you?
It was gonna, I got a face on it.
But did it?
No.
Okay. Why can't we just go home? This is ridiculous. There's an insect out there with a knife or a butt that's coming for us.
Okay, you know what? I get it. I'm freaked out too, all right? But there are people watching who want to learn about God and courage, and we have a responsibility to see this through. You know, we're like the postal service. Neither rain nor snow nor bees will keep us from delivering our jokes and japes.
Fine. Okay, I see that.
Okay.
It is important. I understand. Let's just get this over with so we can get out of here with our skin unpunctured.
All right. Oh, you know what? I think we should call in some backup.
Oh, what'd you have in mind?
It's Bible story time with Callan.
Hey, Kellen! Quiet! It'll hear us.
Oh, right.
What's going on?
Hey, Kellen, there's a bee in the studio.
That's terrifying. But you know, bees are actually
An important part of our ecosystem. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we know, but we still don't want to get stung.
Well, maybe I can take your mind off the tension with a story from the Bible.
That's what we were counting on.
Today's story is from the book of Numbers, and we'll be talking about a couple of guys named Joshua and Caleb.
Oh, Josh and Caleb? Wait, hold on.
What are you doing?
Well, I've been shooting a short film about Joshua and Caleb, and I just cut together a trailer. You guys want to see it?
When have I ever said no to you?
And would it even stop you?
Never and no. Okay, hey, let's go.
When you've been promised a land,
I, Moses, have been told by the Lord to send one leader of each of Israel's tribes into the land of Canaan.
you have to keep your promises.
Gentlemen, we need a recon on the land the Lord has given us. What kind of land is it? What kind of people live there? Are they strong? Are they weak? What types of cities do they live in? You'll need to take 40 days to scout the land and then report back. Do you think you can handle it?
2 men knew they could handle it. Caleb and Joshua.
We can handle it.
Hold on. Just want to clarify some things.
What's wrong? I felt like I was pretty spot on so far.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not bad, but Moses sent 12 men into Canaan to scout ahead. Where are all the other actors?
I shot this on a shoestring budget, Kellen. I did the thing I always do when I can't afford another actor.
Put the same actor in a
Put the
bad
same
wig.
actor in a bad wig. Yeah, exactly.
Even when things look too good to be believed.
Look at the size of those grapes. It'll take both of us to lift one bunch.
A little fear can still turn things wrong.
The 40 days is up, and I'm so glad that everyone has returned. From everything I've heard, it sure sounds like Canaan is a truly glorious place for us to settle. I am thankful that God has promised it to us.
No, we can't go back there. We saw huge cities with giant walls. Everyone that lives there is too powerful for us.
The Lord is just sending us into this land to be killed? Oh, we should have just died in Egypt.
How am I doing so far, Kellen?
Pretty good. Even though the scouting party saw all the good things that Canaan could provide for them, and even though God had promised to give it to them, they were too scared to really go for it.
Most of them were too scared.
But when things are darkest, you have to stand up for what you believe in.
We should go up and take the land. If the Lord is pleased with us, he'll lead us there. But we've got to obey him. Don't be afraid of the people in the land. The Lord is with us. Yes.
Their countrymen's fear, though, was too strong.
Get him! Yeah! Throw rocks at him!
Things were turning bad, and then God showed up.
It's true. God was furious at the Israelites. They weren't trusting God's plan. So Moses had to beg the Lord to forgive them. God did forgive, but there were still consequences. The people would have to wander in the desert for 40 years. And the only people who went on the scouting mission who would get to enter the land were Caleb and Joshua. They trusted the Lord and they had the courage to do what was right.
Caleb, Joshua, in 40 days. Already showing in a Bible near you.
That's it. Not bad, right?
I don't know. I don't really care for trailers that feel like they show the entire movie.
Caleb and Joshua saw the same thing all the other people on the scouting trip saw. So why did they want to go into Canaan while the others were afraid? Simple. They trusted God. Caleb and Joshua might have been afraid too, but they knew God was with them. When you're faced with a problem you're afraid of, you can trust that God is with you too. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, hey, thanks, Kellen. Do you think we're safe?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think so. I feel pretty sure we're clear of Okay, Stephen.
What?
Don't freak out.
The bee is on me.
Don't freak out.
I'm gonna freak out.
But if you do, the bee's gonna. Okay, wait, hold on. I got an idea. Try to distract it.
I am.
Okay, guess what? That's perfect. Keep screaming and running around. Whoa. Buzz. Oh, Buzz. Come here.
What happened?
No. Look.
Am I dead?
No. Come here. No, it's okay. Some bees like a little white sugar dissolved in water. Our little pal here, he was just hungry. See? He's just having a little sip.
Wow. Look at that. You're a regular Dr. Doolittle.
Well, I can't talk to the animals, but you know what I can do?
What?
Reveal the question! Today's question of the day is, what are people afraid of?
Bees. Mm-hmm. Even though they're a very important part of the ecosystem.
Very good. You know what I'm afraid of? People driving too fast.
Whew. It could be something really serious, like someone you love getting sick, or it could be something that even you know is a little bit silly, like imagining an alligator lives under your bed.
Oh, great. I wasn't afraid of that until now.
Well, whatever it is, God will always be with you, so you can do what you should even when the people around you are afraid.
Yeah, and as it turns out, though, sometimes the things you're afraid of end up not being that scary at all.
Yeah, you're right, like this bee.
That's right.
Until next time, I'm Steven.
And I'm John.
And this was the So-and-So Show.
And that's our little bee friend.
I'm surprised we aren't scaring him with our loud voices.
I know he's probably used to people. Okay. You know how I had a squirrel eat out of my hand once.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was he eating?
Oh, my hand.
Oh.
Marco. Marco? Marco? You're close, Marco! You're good, B. You're good. Marco. Oh, I got him!
Oh, now I get it. Sometimes you can do something even if you're afraid. So, no matter if you're afraid, you can still do it. The same way Joshua did with his friends as they went to the promised land. So, I'm gonna go ask Dad if you could go on a nature walk because that spider is still out there. What can you do to face your fears? Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And remember, God made you special and He loves you very much. Bye-bye.
I wanna be strong and brave. I don't wanna be afraid. So I will not give up hope now. I'm not alone. I know. Let go.
So I will not give up hope now. I'm not alone. I know. Let go of all my doubts. I'm not gonna turn around. 'Cause now my eyes are seeing now a clearer view. If I stand with you and you stand with me, we could be brave. If I stand with you and you stand with me, we could be brave. I can push the fear aside. I wanna do what's right. I'm not giving up, giving up. I can push the fear aside. I wanna do what's right. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, I know I'm strong. I believe in me. You know you're strong. I believe in you. I know I'm strong. I believe in me. You know you're strong. We could be brave together. I know I can push the fear aside. I wanna do what's right. I'm not giving up, giving up. I can push the fear aside. I wanna do what's right. I'm not giving up, giving up.
Hey, my friends, we are diving into November and talking about courage and God's character. We can get courage from God. And we are going to have some amazing stories this month. Now, the first one that we have this week is Joshua and Caleb from the book of Numbers. And Joshua and Caleb have to do some pretty scary stuff that takes a lot of courage. And I know that you are watching the worship, and so you know all about the story for Joshua and Caleb, or you're learning about it. I want to ponder with you what takes courage for you. What do you have that you think that maybe you need courage to do? It could be something like going to school when you haven't studied for a test, and okay, you should have studied for the test, but instead of saying, "Oh, Mom, I have an upset tummy," and you skip school so that you have a little more time to figure out what to do about that test that you know you're not going to do well about. Or the courage to go to school and maybe even talk to the teacher saying, "I just didn't get done what I was supposed to." We can get courage from God. We can get courage when we talk to God, when we pray to God. There are things that have happened in my life that I know, looking back, I could not do without the courage that God gave me. We all go through really hard times. The thing for school and a test, that's just one example. You may have even some harder things that you've already gone through in your lives. And we get courage by talking to God. God, I cannot do this by myself, but with you by my side, I can do it. That's what Joshua and Caleb did. And in fact, through this whole month, we're going to learn about people in the Bible that are just people, just like you and I. There's nothing special about the people until they lean on God and do what He has called them to do with courage. Joshua and Caleb go into enemy territory, and they are ready to fight the enemy because God asked them to. There are others that are with them that they don't want to go into enemy territory, and they maybe, they tell stories, they lie so that they don't have to do what God has said. They lie to the leaders. But they're only lying to people. They're not lying to God, because God knows the truth. When we choose not to rely on the courage that God supplies so readily, we are not trusting in Him. We can have courage, even though it's a difficult thing. God, I have something really hard to do today. And I know you can get me through it. I just have to rely on you. That's what Joshua and Caleb do. So how can you, with courage this week, do some hard things? Maybe you don't have a test coming up, but maybe you have a really tough conversation that you need to have with somebody, and it's kind of hard to do. And you know you have to do it. See, it's what you should do even when others are afraid. That hard conversation with somebody that could make other people afraid. But when you talk with God first, you lean into God's understanding, and you get courage from him, and then you can do the hard thing. Doing the hard thing because it is the right thing. Not just skipping out on it, saying, oh, it's hard, so therefore I won't do it. I remember when my parents got divorced. That was a really hard thing for me. And there were some really tough conversations that I had to have with both of my parents. It was really hard, but I got the courage from God. I could not do it myself. In fact, I look back, I was 16 when my parents divorced, and I could not have done everything I needed to do for a couple of years that God gave me courage to do. We look back and we say, wow, this was a really hard thing to do, and God was with us. I know maybe you haven't had that happen yet, but what is one thing that you've had to do that was really hard, and you go, wow, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was? Maybe that's God being with you. The bottom line is you can do what you should, even when others are afraid, even when that would scare me. Maybe you can do what you should, and I would say, oh my goodness, that would be just too much for me to do. What can you do with courage that you get from God, strength that you get from God? I encourage you to pay more attention to the story in Numbers 13 and 14 for Joshua and Caleb. Even after you listen to this lesson and this worship service, go back and read it again and look at it and say, wow, could I do that? And the answer is yes, you could. You could do anything with courage from God. Have a wonderful week. You are loved, my friends, always thought about. Take care and gain your courage this week from God.